Good afternoon, DJ. It is still Thursday, February 12th. The time is currently 1:22 p.m. PM session. Let's go. Arrived at my desk at 1:20 or 1:21. As always, my weekly target is 5%. Mental check-in, feeling generally okay. Excited to see what price action has in store for us for this PM session. Excited to continue to grow. All right, and get 1% better going into the PM session. Risk disclaimer, I accept any risk that comes with trading today. I understand that trading comes with real risk and that losing is part of the battle. News. We've had news today, okay, and we have medium impact news coming out at 4:30. We'll be done by then, but we've had news today. All right, still making an optimal day to take a trade. Risk going into today is 0.5, and we have a max of 1.5 per account. Weekly program going to this week is a buy program. Okay, something has happened in price to change that for me, but for now, right, we're still collecting data, all right, on that. So I'm still gonna elect to stick with being in a buy program, all right, but I have noticed that something has happened in price to change that for me. But as usual, just collecting the data, all right, the more data I get, obviously, the more confident and comfortable I'll be with the pace switch and bias throughout the week. But we only go like today and tomorrow left anyway, this session and tomorrow left anyway, but still, all right. Let's go ahead and review price action. Like I'm saying, something has happened, not in dollar, right? Not in dollar, but still, dollar is showing some kind of respect for this inefficiency here. Right, I want to see how price behaves in the remainder of this inefficiency if it is able to come up to consequent encroachment. Hey, T-bonds to T-bonds. T-bonds shorting up there, all right? We're finally getting some movement away from this consolidation, which we like. So that's good to see here. It's exciting stuff. Cleaner price action here from the past couple of days since Thursday 5th. So we like that. That's good. But as far as this goes, still risk on for me for dollar. All right. On here, we've taken Monday's low. All right. For me, that would be flipping bias to bearish. But like I said, at my current understanding of price action here, I'm going to elect to stick with being in a buy program, okay, until we've collected more data on the higher time frame. Here. So closure below this, all right. I'll anticipate this price to use this to keep price low, all right, until we close back above it. Even though something has happened to change my weekly program, okay, once again, I'm going to reiterate that I'm going to stick with my weekly program at my current understanding of price action, okay? So let's go ahead and review price action since we've been away and see if there was any potential setups for us. I did see that would have been a bust, but it gave you sell model 2. I did see this one here. I kind of wanted to see what we could have took out of that one for lunch. Okay, -2, break even, then it would have come and taken us out by break even. Yeah, fair. Okay. And that was pretty much all right. And then continuation setup. That was a retracement setup. For continuation, I'm seeing this now. Took this internal liquidity. Entry on that one. -2. would be at break even on that, and you still would be in there. Yeah. Sweet, sweet, sweet. We also have a tracement set up here. Boom, took sell side. Market structure shift here. -1. Not quite sure if this would have come yet and taken you out, but we'll just assume it came and took you out. Give you -1. What's the low? Oh, definitely would have come and taken you out there on this candle here. So give you -1. Fair enough. And you still would be in this sell here from lunch. So we had a retracement set up and we have a continuation set up for lunch. And those are lunch. Cute. Let's adjust the range for where we're at. PM session kicking off here. Getting our internal liquidity for continuation set up to the downside. Because our session bias is still bearish. Second DJ. I see this one here though. As I see in here for 1 minute. Yeah, 1 minute. Oh, 15 seconds would have come and taken you out, but 1 minute still on there. So keep an eye on that. Oh, I like this. But I missed it, so we'll watch it. I'm fine with that. I'm not in a rush to get into anything. Not in a rush. Yeah. You have lunch buy side above price. Not that it has to get to it to continue lower, but I would want to see that. Not the time. Not the time. This is the law I need to see go before engaging in anything. Heard that, DJ? That was my stomach. God. Bloody hell, can I make it in time? Ten to 5. Three, then we'll have 4 left, right? Mhm. 1, 2, 3, 4. 650. All right, 245 for a loss of one. Oh yeah, better than break even. Take that. Fair enough. Solid setup. Nothing wrong with that one. Oh, now taking this one too. So this will need to be the low. Paying attention to buy model 2 here. See how that plays out. I would at this point like to see a take lunch session buy side, but as always, it doesn't have to. I'll tape read this setup if it gives it to us and be all right with that. If I missed the move, I missed the move. Okay, so this would meet the criteria for an entry, but like I said, we're going to tape read it just because we have lunch session buy side above price, okay? So I'm a bit weary of that. So we just collect the data. and feel no type of way about it. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what it gives us. But in the perfect world, I would engage in this. I've also missed trades because of waiting for one of these to get taken. And I've also taken losses, right, because of not waiting. So it's 50-50 with these ones. And I'll just have to be okay with whatever option I decide to do, you know. It would be in there. -1 getting smashed. Stop would be reduced. 2.5, 2.5. 7 off there because it was 14 contracts. It must the previous trade. We got another entry here too. Why is it saying face ID not recognized? Oh my goodness. Yo, that's crazy. So in it here, we stop at -1 there. Mhm. -2. Thank you very much. Trade will be at entry point, which is 13.75. Let's get that 13.75 right there. Three would be off here, so would have what, 10 off already and 14 remain. I mean 4 remaining. So another data going towards enter those trades, right? So cool. Obviously, I know those trades are 50-50. I understand that, right? So long as I'm aware of it going into the trade, I'm fine with that. Mm, ugh. Two in there for now, after two partials, and move into break even, or just entry point at least. There's a 1 minute. Oh, this was also a 1 minute setup as well. So it's also the second 1 minute entry there. I'd like to see the weekly open on here too. Why am I not seeing that now? Still in there. Stop would be up here. What is that? 1375. Right here. We're still in there. Like swimwear, baby. Still in there like swimwear. Oh, yo, what's going on with this Face ID on this phone? Is it not my face? My trucker? Trucker? -3, bing bang, biggity bosh. Let's go. -4, bing bang, biggity bosh. Bob is your uncle. Let's go. So it will be, we'll have 4 left. 1, 2, 3. Terminus would be at -6 on this 14 contract trade we got in at. Yep. 7, 3, 10. Then we have 4 left here. 7, 3. We're at 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. So we'd have 2 more contracts left to go, waiting for -5 and -6. All right. I'm happy I sat out. All right. I feel no type of way about either way. It would be a demo trade anyway. So why would I, feel any type of way about it? I'm just happy it's panning out. You know what I'm saying? Doing what it's supposed to. Stop here would be at 0.5 because for me, it would be a counter trend trade in terms of my weekly program, but my weekly program has shifted. And that's a conundrum, another conundrum I'm facing, DJ. Like my pro trend trades and counter trend trades. Am I basing it off the session or am I basing it off my weekly still? I'm still like, I still haven't like grasped that aspect yet, you know? It's just the data, right? But that's just a bit of how am I going to collect the data on that? Ugh, it's tough for me. But it's minor things, it's minor things. Like I said, for now, I'm sticking with what I initially thought my weekly program was until I'm at the point where I can flip, then that will flip as well. But for now, I said I'm electing to stick with my weekly program. So that means I'm electing to stick with buys as my approach and trades. And that's how I'll just have to manage my trades. For now. Mhm. It's imperative that I say for now. Very much so. They would be in there for now. For now, for now, for now. Mm. Yo, yo, yo. All right, then you'd begin smashed out of that with two contracts remaining. And you'd begin, did I say that already? You begin smashed out of that? Bear me, DJ. A little distracted, but we've seen what we needed to see for PM session here. Trade one here. It didn't take a loss, right? It was probably it was a break-even trade, so I would have gotten another trade for sure. I would say winning for me is -2. That's where we'll regard a trade as a winning trade, -2. -1, yeah, it allows us to take something off and reduce risk, but I'm not regarding that as a winning trade. -2, okay, so here that would have been a winning trade for me, and then we'll be done. So anything bonus, anything onwards while we're here, DJ would be a bonus and would be a completely separate account. But for this account, we're done here. Solid stuff here. And we'll just tape read the remainder of the PM session because between these two trades, I would have been done. And like I said this morning, I want to practice how I'm going to play. Two, 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 two. Mm. Oi. I think I took it off, but I don't think it would have given you much. Let's see, we can look at it here. Yeah, just about. I don't even know if that would have even taken you off a -1. Gave you a re-entry here. Re-entries in here. Now, hold on, DJ. We're gonna go into 5 seconds and see what we can see, since that's what ICT's mentorship is about this year. Ultra micro price action. Oh, we can have it here. Mm, 5 seconds would have got you in here. Would have got you in here, and yeah, it wouldn't have taken you out there. Still -4. No opportunity there. Here, here, 2 o'clock. Here. And here. -3. But that's just like, me not there, me not there. -3. So many ups, but also so many chances to not be right, right? That's always a possibility. Oh, 5 seconds would have got you in. Look at early here. A little bit early here. Would have got you a little bit early here. And what would that have given you? Instead of just -1, you would have got -3. Let's see the risk on that. Okay, that's ultra shiny. Oh, we're getting a setup there. I'm not there to look at it though, but that's fine. I did say we'll just be tape reading. I just wanted to see what the stock was saying. 33 ticks. 33 ticks. 33 divided by 4. We're looking at 8 handles. Oh, what was the contracts? 30 contracts. And so 15 of here, and then whatever. Oh. So many men. Many men. Wish that on me now. I don't cry no. Don't look to the sky no more. All right, we'll be at -2 already. Trade will be at break even. I'm sure I'll want to manage it differently because I don't know, maybe it'll be the same. Short position. Let's see what contract size is saying. 16. 16 and counting. Poof. I don't just whet my appetite a little bit, you know. That shit is nice. I mean, we can add it to favorites. Why not? We can add it to the favorites. Let's see what 1 second is saying. That's just a bit too much, man. That's just ultra, ultra. Yeah, too gappy for me here, but I see you right here. Look, Lord, look at thumbs on there. Would have been here instead, but nah, that's just a tad too much. Now you're just pushing it, my guy. You're just pushing it, my guy. 10 seconds. Let's see what you're saying. It's a little lower than 15 seconds, obviously. 10 seconds is kind of nice still, too. That one would have been in here. Why would it go even here? All right, back to my 15 seconds then. 15 second, as you can see here, would not have given you a trade until down here. Until this M1 as well, right? Same on the M1. So, with that being said, we'll be watching this one instead of this. Cool. -1. Stop would be at 0.75, but obviously with this one, we'll be at -3 on a 5 second. Get you an early jump on the train there. And then if it gives you this opportunity as well, you jump back on board. I'm thinking that was I need to collect more data. The data will need to be collected. For now, I'm comfortable and, happy with the 15 seconds. I don't need to go any lower for now. I'm looking for no sync. I don't need to go any lower, but I like the look of that 5 second. I like that. Look at that, the 5 second, right? Market structure shift is an order block here on the 15 seconds. Now I just can't unsee the 5 seconds. I can't unsee it. Once you see it, you just can't unsee it. That's what happened with me with the 15 seconds. For now, I'll keep it as it is, and I'll keeping an eye on the 5 seconds. Because this might become a 5, 15 to 1 here. But I'm still happy. I still want to see the 15-minute. I'm fine with myself for now. All right, we'll keep an eye on the 5 seconds. We'll keep observing it. But that's like that's a scout. So not a scout, but still. Yeah. Yo, what's up with Face ID, man? Can't be the glasses. My face ain't changing that much. It's required to enable Face ID, but my Face IDs already should be on here, my I Oh my God. These devices, man. It's so jarring. Arrivederci. You most definitely would have been taken out at the of the 5 seconds. For sure, because obviously you'd be at 0.5. It would have taken you out there, the 5 seconds chart of the three partials, right? And moving the stop 3 times. And -1 on the 15-second time frame, you still would be in there for now. That's a strong for now. And you'll be getting smashed out that. Yep, you'd be getting smashed out. You. So maybe I could even, through this, try to see if I can see if a 5 second chart setup, you know? Like this would be a 5 second chart setup. This here was a 5 second chart setup. But he's talking about using it to see if you're on side or offside, right, in terms of price action. There's so much to learn, you know. When you think you unpacked a layer, then there's another layer. But at some point, there's no more, even if there's layers, there's no need for you to unpack those layers, right? At some point, you just be content with the layers that you have unpacked and make those layers work for you, right? It's just about knowing, yeah, I've uncovered enough layers. I'm okay. I think I'm fine where I'm at, really and truly. Roses are red, skies are blue. The forecast might change your weekend plans too. That's funny. Tap to check your weekend forecast. Oh, it is Valentine's Day. Well, it's what, in 2 days? Man's gonna be on the soccer field, innit? Reference some good football. That's my Valentine's Day. Oh, woo! Why, I'm gonna get up here soon, DJ. I've seen enough, all right, for me for the PM session, all right, to be content, and I would have been done. All right, we had two setups, two continuation setups that panned out. Well, one of them didn't panned out, but didn't pan out, right? We wouldn't consider it a winning setup, all right? The next second one we would, but the first one obviously broke us even, all right? We were just about $70 up on that trade. I wouldn't count it as a win, but I wouldn't count it as a loss, right? It's a break-even trade. It's just I lost nothing in that trade. Then the next one would have given us what we needed to be done on the PM session here, so that would have been it for me. And I would be avoiding this loss here. This loss here that I'm watching, this loss here. Arrrr. Win this one too. But we'll see what 250 macro brings, and then we'll be out of here. I'm still waiting for lunch session buy side to get liquidated if it does happen. But if it doesn't, it doesn't. But this is what I'll be watching here. Even though we have liquidity right above that. I'll be watching this one. And we're waiting for -1 to be hit on that 1 minute retracement setup because the 15th. Oh, let's see what 5 seconds would be saying here. Because now this is intriguing stuff to me. It just opened another layer, right, of things for me to just excite me in these markets. Super duper. It was here. Yeah. Okay, all right. Its entry would have been the same. Actually, would it have been? No, it would not have been. Because this high does trade back to and through this low here. And then we grab that. So 5 seconds would have got us in here. Yeah, mama. Yeah, would have got us in there, and obviously would have come and taken, but it would have given us what we -4 before coming to smash us out. Yeah, right here. But no, solid stuff though. It gave us -4, while this one gave -1, right? 5 seconds for the win. Yo. Oh, no. We respected this inefficiency here, all right? Wicks do the damages, the bodies tell the story. Bodies, nobody, nobody, nobody. No bodies in here. No bodies. Even left a portion of it open. All right, that's signatures that on price action that we want to see, especially on these micro time frames. And actually, our stop would be here. Our stop would be there because this is the low that we're framing the swing low on and the swing high. Boom, boom. So in fact, it gave us negative 5.5. -2 would be moving to break even. Would we though? Especially on this smaller time frames, I don't think I would be too quick to move my stop. All right, I would be more focused on partialing than the stop loss. Or maybe -2 would go to 0.75. Because if I went to -2 here, if I went to break even, it would have just been a -3 trade and would have come and taken me out. Even a -3, if I went to break even, still would have been taken out of that. Or just leave my stop below here and let price do its thing. As long as we're respecting this inefficiency, we're good. That's data I need to collect, but this is beautiful. And it was during a macro. All right, all right. We see you, we see you, we see you, we see you. Whoa, so many ups. When we close above here, that was it. Done. Trade done. Cool. Q, 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 Q. I'm not doing nothing with that yet, all right? But it's good to know and good to see. That's something we start paying attention to, I guess, right? And I don't need any, maybe one more layer I've done, but at the layer I'm at, I'm content and I'm happy and I'm comfortable. When I feel like it's time for maybe to challenge myself a little bit, which I don't want right now, then, but for now, I have my eyes on it. I'll keep obviously paying attention to it. But in terms of doing anything on that time frame, is a no for me for now. Everything is a for now type shit. But obviously that's something that we'll continue to observe and collect data on. It took me a while to come back onto the 15 seconds, so let me just relish in that before I, even go even lower than the 15 seconds. Oh, where's the 30 seconds on here? I missed 30 seconds, Why does it, oh, right here. Oh, that's not right. Let's keep that 1 minute, please. Let's undo that. Let's change it here. Yeah, same sort of setup. I'm really gonna go back and see what made me not take this trade. It was mainly because I didn't realize it at the time because I was watching the continuation setup. But if I had noticed it, it's a trade I would have engaged in. All right, but now I'm seeing if for A plus, I need external and maybe a PD array, right? Without both, it makes it a minus setup, right? A minus. Hmm. I know, I noticed you in the morning. Don't worry. I know I didn't say anything about it, but I noticed you. Oh, okay, enough for the seconds now. Enough excitement on them second charts. Still, luckily, would be in this one here. Okay, high is 9375, 93 up. One handle above it, you still would be in here, but wouldn't be feeling great about that setup. 250 macro, about to kick off in about 3 seconds. Let's see what you got for us then. Yep, would be smashing us out with that. Like click, click, you're done. You're done, mate. I'll be interested in this here for a macro setup, but let's see if we take lunch. All right, lunch being liquidated here. That's what we've been really waiting for, really and truly. The reason I didn't take this sell, but it's also because I wanted to collect data, right? It could have took a loss here and then went to take lunch. That was also always a possibility as well. That's why I didn't want to do anything. But this will be our last trade that we're going to tape read. 15 seconds entry would have been in here. 15 seconds giving us confirmation for an entry, but a 5 seconds entry is in there. All right, began tagged in that. Let's see what it offers us, and then we'll be out of here, DJ. 5 seconds entry would be at -1, and risk would be reduced. $250 macro doing its damn thing, bang. Time and price. Time and price. La, 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 la. -1. stop would be reduced to 0.75, and I'm assuming 5-second chart would be -2. I don't know if I'll be moving stops though. Let's go back on and see. Fair value gap is staying below this one, right? So we want to see it stay below. Stop probably would be moved to above this fair value gap there. Yeah, just observing, DJ, just observing. Just observing. I'm content with the 15 seconds for now. That's the key word of this session, for now. I'm content. -3, but we'll just stick to our 15 seconds. But we know what the 5 seconds can do. We know what it can do, so just these ones are better than any other ones. The 45 setups. Going into the micro setups, I like those. Doesn't mean I won't take the ones outside, but those, maybe we can be loose on the risk side of things, but I'm not changing anything until I collect enough data. And that's gonna be what it is. I'll let the data decide. All right, DJ, we're gonna do a trade performance review. I did say I'll stay to see what 250 macro offered us, and I think this would have been it. Obviously, we still got about 13 minutes on the macro there till 3:10. But trade-wise, we won't be looking at anything else. Really, like I said, that would have been done after this trade here and everything else. That's it. So my trading PM session would have been done really after 2 o'clock, really. Let's just say after 2 o'clock. And the rest would be about managing the trade, right? So still in this one, all right. Stop would be at 7.5.75 up here. And we've taken half of the trade off and we've reduced risk. Let's see how many contracts will be in this 14 contracts. Oh, they're all like given 14 contracts. So 7 will be off, 3 off now, and would be at entry point. So those setups, the 45s. The 45s. I'm liking you guys. I've always liked you guys because you're inside the macro. All right. But now I'm placing more emphasis on you guys. All right. Just because of based on, mainly because you're inside of the macro and you do prove yourself. All right. So the 5-second would be at negative 4.5. Stop all the way up here. So it wouldn't even have come to your entry level type shit here. Oh, all right, all right, all right. I think we've seen enough for PM. Or maybe not. It says, let's finish out the macro. Let's finish out the macro. I ain't finishing out no damn macro. DJ, what I did well this PM session, right? As always, is that I showed up. I got 1% better, gained experience, learned lessons that I'll take into my next trading day. I'm very happy and pleased with my performance today. Happy with myself, all right, for when I took this trade here, the first initial trade I gave was -1 and allowed us to remove risk. Happy with myself for not feeling the need to enter again, right? With this trade, like I said, when there's a higher liquidity above price, right? And price obviously uses the lower one. Sometimes it can be a false setup because it wants to take that one, which it did, right? But it dropped before it went to take lunch session. So I've seen 50-50, like we talked about, like sometimes it'll pan out, sometimes it won't. I'll just have to take those trades for what it is. All right, this just gave me another confidence or confirmation that, hey, it is what it is with these ones. There's just going to be what it has to be. It still meets the criteria, so enter the trade if you're taking out, and you know why you were taking out because obviously there was a higher liquidity. So just be aware of those and still take these trades, right? There's nothing wrong with these trades as long as I'm aware of the outcome, right, of the trade. This one just happened to have panned out and giving us 4 partials before coming to take us out better than break even, which is fair, solid setup. Taped the rest after that setup, right? Because this would have been my 2 setups for the PM session. After that setup, I'm very happy and pleased with myself for not feeling the need to enter more, right? Just be entering the trade. Even though this phase is working on my execution and my trade management, I think I've done enough now to have a better understanding of what I'm doing. Okay, now I can kind of switch to the mode of practicing how I'm going to play in the real markets, right? Because if I get used to just entering trades just to enter trades, then I'll get used to, right? Just after a winning trade, trying to get into another trade. And I don't want to trade like that, right? I want to get my winning trade, which is -2 now, and be done for the session. If I have another account and I'm, want to get in, fair enough. I can get in, I can do that. That's when we have multiple accounts. But obviously, initially starting out, we're only going to be starting out with 1 or 2 accounts, right? Really and truly. So very happy and pleased with my performance today. Showed up. stuck to my model, my procedures and protocols, and didn't deviate from it and felt no type of way, no attachment to the trades, right? Regardless, I'm not missing anything right now because it's all demo. It's not going to affect me. Even if it was a real account, I'll still be treating it the same, right? It's not going to affect me. It's more about, am I sticking to my procedures and my protocols? Am I following my processes, right? That's how I'm judging myself. I'll let the numbers do the talking at the end of the month, at the end of the week, at the end of the year. But while I'm in here in the weeds on the day to day, I'm focusing on if I'm following my procedures and protocols. That's my main what's the word I'm looking for? Uh um criteria to judge my day. And that's not what I'm trying to say, but you get what I'm trying to say. Um, well, after a short PM session, obviously I was a little distracted as well in this PM session. I wasn't fully here. Once I saw my second trade and I was like, okay, yeah, I'll be done really and truly from the markets. I didn't wasn't really like 100% here in front of the markets, but I was here, but wasn't fully here. Chart wise, I don't think I fell short anywhere. Very happy with even like bringing in the 5 seconds, right, and the lower time frame, and just getting a feel for them and what they have to offer, right? I like what I'm seeing, but obviously they can still be more false setup, obviously because it's quicker time frame, right? We're getting in at the start of the move or potential what we think could be the start, but it might not be, right? It's more possibilities to be false. But like I said, I keep observing the 5 second. But for now, all right, it's just an observation that I'm looking into. But maybe I can also look into re-entries on that time frame, right? Re-entries on that time frame, possibly. All right, this could be with a re-entry there. Nice. But for now, all right, nothing there for me to be like, yeah, I'm jumping your bones 5 seconds. So chart wise, I don't think I fell short anywhere. All right, like I said, after this second trade, I would have been done. So I kind of just not turned off, but like I was kind of just like, yeah, tape reading mode and just observing other things and all that jazz. How I can improve for next day, next trading session is keep showing up, right? Keep seeking excellence in everything that I do, right? Don't let short-term adversity, series of losses deter me, distract me from what I got going on. I think I got a solid foundation of what I'm looking for in price, in my processes, my procedures and protocols. Now just about just that minor, tiny refinement here and there, right? But for now, I think we're in a good spot and the consistency is there. It's showing itself. It's proving itself to be consistent. Right. As long as I'm consistent in following the procedures and protocols, the model and the processes is also showing itself to be consistent in what it does, right? So, or what it's supposed to do. So, yeah, another solid day here for us. I'm the trader in these markets. Lovely jubbly. That morning setup. I want to go back to the morning setup, DJ, and say something from what I've understood from ICT's yesterday's live commentary that he did, and something that I noticed today, and I was like, oh, that was nice, even though it was inside the range trading, but with the confluences of the setup, it would have given me enough confidence to get in. Obviously not now, but if I could, when and if I collect more data on it, right, I would have got more confidence. So coming in, all right, we were in the premium of the dealing range. Bear me, DJ here. We were in the was that our dealing range coming into the morning? Yeah, I believe it was 9:30 here. Yeah. We were in the premium of the dealing range here, right? Open range gap is down here. We gapped up. All right, so it's below price, so we gapped up. All right. He did say there's a 70% chance, right, of price gravitating towards consequent encroachment of that inefficiency, right? And below that, we also had dealing range low. So when we were in the premium, we took internal liquidity, right? I didn't see it at the time. I saw it after the fact, which is fine, all right? Hindsight is 2020, but that's how we learn and we grow and we get better. Took liquidity, swing, displacement, market structure shift, all right, even with a fair value gap. Not that I didn't require a fair value gap now, but it had a fair value gap. It gave you another opportunity in here as well. to at least target consequent encroachment, because I've been saying consequent encouragement. I don't think that's the how you say it, but anyway, of the opening range gap, right? And potentially a gap fill down in here. So this would have been a little bread and butter setup there, all right, that I'll start paying attention to, right? Not that I'll be engaging in them, all right? I'll watch it to see if it pans out, right? And just collect data on those. It will kind of actually give me an idea of obviously where potentially which side is going to get taken first, right? Either way, I'm going to wait for one side to get taken, but this will kind of give me a better understanding of price action and where potentially what side is going to be get taken next, right? So that's what I kind of wanted to mention, DJ, here. But I did see this, right? And based on what I learned from his lecture on Tuesday, I was like, okay, I see you. I see you. I see you. Interesting. Yeah, I just thought it was interesting, DJ. Kind of wanted to share that. But for now, we'll keep an eye on those, right? And we'll keep sticking to what we're doing because it's working for me, right? And that's pretty much all that matters. And on that note, right, we've got 1 minute left on this macro, and then we're outie. I did say I would stay till 250 macro, so we did stay till 250 macro. You know, Rambler, we did rumble onto. I said I ain't gonna make that 10 minutes, and look at that, we made that 10 minutes. Anyway, -3 getting smashed. All right. Since this is a counter trend trade, technically it's not, but technically it is. All right. Our stop would be at 0.5, and the 5 second. We keep an eye on that. Oh, we are -6. Hurrah, 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 hurrah. -3.5. So, you know what? I like those. I'm going to keep an extra eye on you, macro setups. I like that. It was always there, but I think I kind of deviated a little away from macros. Not that I was aware of them and I knew, obviously, macros setups have more confluence and more probability on its side because it's the macro shit. We love macros. That's when the market is set to do what it's set to do. If you know what it's set to do, right here, you will know where to jump in on the train, all right, with smart money. So yeah, I did put it here somewhere. 15 seconds macros, potentially question mark, but just all in all, just macros that the 45 starts, those setups in those intervals, just because it's also a macro interval, obviously adds more confluence and it should build more confidence in those trades to either go in full risk or, you know, whatever, right? Whatever you want to do. But this was also a macro setup here, right? And the second macro setup here. So if we're waiting till this interval, right, to enter trades, it would be solid, right? But that's something that I'll need. I'm gonna collect data on that. All right. And if it makes sense to just trade those intervals, it makes sense. And if I'm fine with just missing the other ones, I'm fine. But I still get the other ones and still place more emphasis or more risk behind these interval setups, right? So yeah, either way, we're winning, right? We're learning and we're growing, so it doesn't really matter. -4, 4.5, getting smashed here. All right, this is a brilliant place to end it here. -5, bing bang, biggity bosh, Bob is your uncle. Hold on, let's see if we'll be adjusting anything. Not that I know we adjust anything here, but the low 343, yeah, 2 ticks below it. 2 ticks below it. Yep, 2 ticks below it. Solid stuff here, DJ. Procedures, protocols, model processes. Once again, proven itself. All right. As long as I'm being consistent in following them, it's showing me that it's going to be consistent in delivering what I want to see in these charts. So yeah, can't ask for nothing much from that. Solid stuff here, DJ. Solid shit, not that runny shit. Anyway, tomorrow, all right, we have CPI at 8:30. We won't be here, but we obviously will be here to observe the aftermath and see what price has to offer us in the morning. Whoa, it's Friday the 13th. Guess who's playing Jason? And I just took me for a second there, like it's Friday the 13th. Oh, that's a spooky day. But anyway, let's see what spookiness the markets brings to us tomorrow. We have news tomorrow, so it's an optimal day to take a trade. So DJ, until tomorrow, God willing. All right, we're watching this to see what else it offers us. To see if we take dealing range external liquidity, all right, which is dealing range low. Before that, we do have currently AM session opening range low, and then we have the dealing range low below that. So, yep, interested to see how that plays out. But other than that, that's it from us here at I'm the Trader, DJ. Solid stuff, man. If you go back into DJ, right, and see what I was doing back then to what we're doing back right now, completely different trader, different analysts, right? I'm gonna take this moment to congratulate you, baby girl, for sticking and staying and not giving up on yourself. All right, because remember, you only fail when you quit and you didn't quit. We're not quitters out here. All right, just keep going. There's so much more to accomplish. You're almost there to where you want to be. All right, just keep showing up, keep sticking to your procedures, your protocols, and let the data do the refinement, right? Once you collect more data, more experience, and you start realizing certain things, adjust as you need to adjust, right? Not just based on a whim or based on what you're feeling, right? It's based on what the data you've analyzed has said to you. All right. But proud of you. All right, keep going. You're doing great, baby. All right. Until tomorrow morning, DJ, you know what it is, what it is, what it isn't. I'm the trader here. So much to do, man. So much to do, so much to accomplish. But signing out. Good luck, good trading. As always, folks. Happy bloody hunting.